I'm glad to see you all again. Rich is making another video about XRP today. I hope you're all having a nice day wherever you are in this big, beautiful globe. We're going to talk about XRP, but first I want to show you this from 589. I simply wanted to remind you of this, Donald Trump, in case you forgot. We should finish it before XRP moons, and there are no taxes on crypto. I don't believe that's going to happen. You know, it would have been fantastic if the president had set a timeline for this. For example, he could have said, by this day, we will get rid of the tax on American-made cryptocurrencies. But he didn't say when it would happen. So this could happen at some point in the future. If you want to name the U.S. the crypto capital of the world, a good place to start would be to get rid of the taxes on American-made cryptocurrencies. But I don't think this will happen, at least not in 2025. This is from the tokenizer, I would say, that 90% of individuals learn about crypto through Bitcoin, ETH, or meme coins. They learn about the idea of money against the system. That's why people are so skeptical about utility. Now think about how much more skeptical people would be if they were introduced through real-world examples like HBAR-Q and TXRP, XDC, XLM, etc. I really think the industry would be in a very different place today. Most of the time, when people think of crypto, they think of NFT hype meme coins, crypto price swings. People get into crypto because of how volatile it is. They come into this sector, get lucky, buy a meme coin that is just worth a few cents, and then all of a sudden it goes up to over $10 and they sell it. It doesn't usually happen that way. People usually lose money on meme coins because they are rug pulls. But what if they were offered as tech that works with other tech and can be used for immediate and internationally liquid payments? Infrastructure for trust through decentralized digital technology for global trade. These situations make DLT seem like it shouldn't exist. When you tell someone about a real-world use case, someone who has never put money into crypto before has never heard of XRP. You tell them what XLM and XDC are used for, but they've never heard of them. What these cryptocurrencies are really about, most of the time they don't get it. They don't know what you're talking about, but if you tell them to put money in now, in the next few months, you're going to make a lot of money. They know that, which is why most people who get into this space don't know what they're holding. They just know that the price is going to go up soon, and most people are going to sell their XRP during this run. Then they're going to regret it, because the price is going to keep going up. The European Central Bank says that the next financial crisis is coming soon. I would say the same thing regarding HBAR-Q, TXD, CXLM, IOTA, ADA, and so on. I'm only going to play a small section of this video. Listen to the results. And I have to mention that the name of this conference is a little interesting to me. As you stated, it was quite controversial, and I worried if I should actually open the conference. My position in public service is so full of crises that my husband told me not to pursue another job after this one, since it would merely lead to another crisis. So being where I am and being able to handle problems. We still have a big question mark at the end of our query. Please take note. The next financial catastrophe is approaching, and the question mark is in. So they already know this. You have the answer to that financial problem. And don't forget Christine Lagarde. Also, it is in a ripple position. Since 2015 or 2016, she's been sitting at tables with Brad Garlinghouse. But listen to what Chris Larson says below. 10 years after the financial crisis, we may not have the infrastructure to stop the next one. And I think this is where digital assets can really help, because an efficient digital asset can really fix things. Some of the main issues with global liquidity, there are trillions and trillions of dollars tied up in liquidity around the world because moving value around is so clunky. But with a really efficient digital asset like X or XRP, which we think will be the most efficient, you can free up trillions and trillions of dollars that are tied up. This means that banks and payment providers can make those transfers instantly. If we knew how to do it, we wouldn't have to have money in different places around the world. So pay attention when he talks about liquidity. He shifted from talking about a crisis to talking about on-demand liquidity, because they know that the next crisis is most likely going to be the liquidity crisis that the banks are facing. We're going to see one bank after another go down, but you could stop that from happening with a digital asset like XRP, which unlocks all that hoarded Vostral money. They may take all that money back to the bank. For the first time, EU sanctions against Russia cover crypto platforms. The EU has put in place its 19th round of sanctions on Russia. This time, these penalties will affect crypto platforms and stop people from using cryptocurrency. The BRICS are seeking for a new payment system, one that isn't based on SWIFT, because of those sanctions. Ripple already has the rail built up in all of those BRICS countries, but you know these sanctions are making it hard for them to use it. They get to the point where they get sanctioned over and over again, and then what does Russia do? They quickly go on to something else? That's why they started talking about central bank digital currency all the way back in 2022. Even then, Russia said they were looking for an alternative to SWIFT. And I always talk about how dodgy Coinbase is. If you're not Kevin Durant, your Bitcoin probably would have never been found. Listen to this, I think you got him interested in Bitcoin fairly early on. Is that right? You are the one who is accountable for Bitcoin. However, I did give him a small push. Yes, you tell him how you got it. Oh, he did. And in 2014 or 2015, he phoned me, and we talked to our business manager at the time, who just turned it off and told everyone to stop. Oh, go back. So, you learned about Bitcoin by merely surfing around YouTube, right? And lie to you. And then you see so many videos of seminars where people like this talk about cryptocurrency and the future of the world. I was always interested in futuristic things, like how new technology can change things and how things can stay the same. I thought that was something that could last, and here we are 10 years later. We're still arguing about it. I lost him some money because we should have bought it back in 2014. But it was approximately a year later, when he joined with the Warriors, that he did. Ben Horowitz threw a birthday dinner for Kevin, and the whole Warriors squad gathered. At the conclusion of the night, I felt like Kevin. I heard the phrase Bitcoin 25 times tonight, and the next day we started investing in Bitcoin. Luckily, we haven't been able to find his Coinbase account info yet. We've never sold anything, and his Bitcoin is through the ceiling. It was stuck on Coinbase, and Brian Armstrong announced shortly after that clip that they had fixed the account recovery. Even Phil Kwok from EZA said so. This sounds like a terrible joke, but it's genuine. A celebrity was locked out of his Coinbase account for almost 10 years and only now got it restored. Picture this as a regular person. I agree that if it wasn't Kevin Durant, I would never get that account back. You won't be able to get your Bitcoin back. You would have to go through the complete Coinbase, pushed off and talked to their support personnel, but didn't get anything done. But you know, it's nice that he got his Bitcoin back. A normal individual, I don't think this will go the same way as everyone else laughs at utility until institutions start to change. ISO 2. 2.2 turns XRP, XLM, XTC, HBAR, Q, and T into real money. Algo IOTA is on the short list for worldwide adoption. If you don't own at least one ISO play, ask yourself why you're even in crypto. Every crypto investor should have at least a little amount of these cryptocurrencies. XRP is made to move anything of value, and XLM is quite similar to XRP. It's more like sending money from one person to another and so on. XTC is the king of digital trade. Once the world goes all digital, XTC will be a high-value cryptocurrency. HBAR is a well-rounded cryptocurrency with a great ecosystem that is also connected to AI and IOTA Industry 4.0 machine-to-machine payments. The growth of Industry 4.0 is going to push IOTA prices up to certain levels. People only dreamed of Algo, another great all-around cryptocurrency. QNT is going to be the glue that holds it all together. There is less QNT than Bitcoin, and QNT is going to be more scarce than Bitcoin. It actually has utility, so it's going to be a huge success in the future. If you're new to crypto, at least hold a little bit of these ISO cryptocurrencies. We already know they're going to be used in ISO 222 messages, and their value is going to go up because of that. Some of you have never felt the actual joy of a bull run, and it shows. Markets don't talk when people are bored and asking for a fall like they are today. We're going to enter one of the best times in crypto history, the parabolic leg of the golden bull run. A lot of people are new to crypto, you know? I'm telling you that the next few months are going to be the most exciting moment in this whole area. Everyone is going to be over the moon. You're going to be looking at your portfolio all the time. You'll have sleepless nights as cryptocurrencies move up and up. The news will be talking about the huge crypto bubble of 2025, and everyone will be calling the peak along the way. But if you own utility-driven cryptocurrencies, this run won't end at the end of this year. We're going to see these cryptocurrencies keep running beyond 2026. Everything is coming together for an amazing epic run, and you want to be holding when it happens? Don't sell too soon and don't listen to pessimistic voices who say the top is in. Stick to your plan and keep your cryptocurrencies. And if you don't have a plan, make one. If you want to make money, set pricing points and stick to them. I was going to sell some of it for $15, but now I'm going to wait and see what happens next. Take some of your profits along the way. That's fine, but don't sell everything in your luggage. Everything we've been waiting for years is finally coming together right now. And until it does, stay patient, keep hopeful, and let's all get rich together. That being stated, I'm going to end this video now. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thank you all so much. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good night. TurboScribe.ai wrote this down. To get rid of this message, go to Unlimited.